Welcome back, friends, and today I have something really interesting. So it is, yes, it is a ceramic pot decoupage, but I just came across this pot which had a really nice shade, but the size of this pot is quite big. Like if you have seen my earlier video where I have done a decoupage on this shape jar and this shape jar, so you can easily make out the sizes are different. Now in this one I could wrap around the complete 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter wala decoupage napkin, the patch of it. In this one, of course, I had to cut it from one side, but now this pot is quite big. If you see, I can actually put this inside. So if in this one I had my big size napkin, so what about this? How to fill up that patch and how to do it? So I just thought I'll do a video on this, and of course at the end I'm going to share a really nice and interesting tip which is going to be very helpful. Now whenever we do decoupage, how do we decide on the design? We usually wrap it around like this and do it, but here I can actually see that my paper is smaller. Like the paper is standard size, paper is not small, the pot is really big. So how to do it? So what you can do is open your napkin and wrap it around from the center point, and see, now this is how it is covering the complete pot. So this is working just perfectly. So what I'm going to do is, now I will keep my pot like this. I will try to fold this up from this point. I will try to make it straight as much as I can. Can you see this fold? Now this is almost straight. Now I know that if I wrap it around like this, it is going to come perfectly. Now on the bottom again, I'll keep my base like this, and from the center I will try to fold this one. Okay, now here again I will try to keep it straight as much as I can. Now for this one, I would highly suggest you to go for a pattern which is covered on the complete napkin, so that even if you are trimming up some area or you are taking the portion from the centers, it works perfectly for you. Now here with the scissor, I am going to trim down. I'm just checking the size. I really don't want to mess up with the size here, and I don't want to waste my napkin because this has got actually such a beautiful pattern, and I really loved this one. Okay, now this is done. So I have actually saved this big napkin from that piece of paper, and now with this one napkin, without doing any cut stick work, I will be able to wrap my complete jar with one single sheet of paper, and I think that is the fun part and that is the best part. Now I could do this because I have seen few of the Japanese and Korean gift wrapping techniques where they use where they show you that if you have a small piece of paper and you have a bigger gift, then how to wrap it, and I think that has really helped me here. Now with one go I could easily remove both the plies, and now it's time to wrap around and see that how it looks, and it is looking great. It is looking great. Now what I'm thinking is that I will cut up this portion, this triangle part. I'm trying not to cut the excessive part because I do not want to take any risk. So yeah, here this is going to cover the complete portion. I will not cut this part right now because let me see that how it works out. So it is a trial thing for me also, and I hope it works. I really hope it works. Now I will be using my matte finish Mod Podge, and I will be sticking this napkin. So again the same technique that I am going to apply my Mod Podge, the decoupage glue on my complete pot in one go, and then I will be sticking my paper. Now why I do this, I have explained this in my previous video also, because then adding up the patchwork adhesive becomes really difficult for me, especially with these curvy pots. So that's the reason I have decided that I will do the complete decoupage glue or the Mod Podge work, and then I will move on to the next step. So here I'm using my flat brush. If you want, you can use your round brushes or whatever the brushes you have, but I always feel that the flat brushes give you much more coverage than your round brushes, so it makes your work really easy and simple. Now I will start sticking this from the area where I had already cut down. Okay, now in this one, I'm just thinking that I'll keep it like this. I will start wrapping it around from one point, so that I know that I have left up this much, like around 3-4 mm of my paper on the top, and in the same pattern I'm just going to wrap it around. Now why this way? Because usually what happens is, whenever I start sticking from the bottom area, what I realize is that on the top I am left up with very small portion or the very big portion, which I usually don't like. And when I'm doing this, I'll make sure that I will try to remove as much wrinkles as I can, which I'm not really sure that how it is going to work out, but I will try to do that. Okay, so here I am done, and I'm wrapping up this here. Okay, so maybe first I will wrap up this portion completely. I'll gently remove this part, and now I will start trimming this. Now trimming this becomes really easy, because I just need to make a very straight cut. Now I did this cutting work at the last moment, because I was actually not very sure that how it is going to work out on my napkin. Now I'll just stick this. Now with the flat brush, I am taking and sticking this completely. Okay, now this looks good, and I just need to tap my paintbrush here. Maybe I should take my sponge topper and start pressing this really well. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not ruining my napkin here, and I'm pressing it and trying to remove the maximum wrinkles and the bubbles from this one. So as you can see that here, if you see that, you can see some wrinkles. If I press it properly, can you see that now? It has gone. So removing wrinkles is not a tough thing. You just need to be really careful and see that where can you see the wrinkles, and press it when your Mod Podge is still wet. Like even if it is 50% dried out, still you can do this technique. This will work really well. Now here I think I need to add some decoupage glue, because this is a layer which is overlapping, and yeah, I think this is good to go now. Okay, now this is done. This is really done, and right now at this point of time, what I'm observing is that if you see my previous project, this one, in the darker shades the wrinkles are less visible, in the light shades the wrinkles are visible very much. So I don't know. This is what I have observed till now, so maybe I'll just let it dry completely and then we'll see how to move on to the next step. Okay, so it's been more than 2 hours now and my pot has dried out, not completely but very well. So now I'll try to remove the excessive napkin and I'm using my nail filer, and once I'm done with this, then we will move on to the next step of sealing it. But I have a very good tip for you all, so please do watch this video till end. Wow, this looks really cool. Okay, so my trimming work is done and this looks really beautiful. I'm super happy with the way it has turned out. This looks really gorgeous, trust me. I think the more credit goes to this design napkin. This is looking beautiful. This is looking absolutely beautiful. Now for sealing this, I'm going to use my varnish. This is water-based varnish, and here is the trick that whenever you know that you have some marks or something which is not really good in your project, like I know on camera this looks beautiful, but I can see some of the mistakes on, like a little bit more of wrinkles at the bottom part, which is obvious. It is going to be there because it is in a curvy shape, it is not in a straight line. Then what you can do is you can always have your varnish, add some glitter to it and then apply it. Now here one reason why I am not having my Mod Podge on the base, like on the napkin, is because in my first go only I could stick my paper really well, so I don't need to add up extra sealer to it, and I really wanted to absorb the base color. My base color is peach and I really wanted to have the nice peach color so that it looks like it is a peach color base. Now I'll show you the difference. Like in one of my previous video I had done the decoupage work, but it was on a blue color base with a blue color paper, so I could actually not see the base color. But here in this one, the base color of my decoupage napkin, yes, I'll repeat it again, the base color of my decoupage napkin was white, and on the top of it you had the color, so of course the white tinge was supposed to be there. And now just to avoid that, I am using my varnish directly on my paper. Now in this one, with this seal, I am using my varnish with the glitter, but when I'm going to do the rest of my coats, I will just make sure that I apply just the varnish, not the glitters, because I even want my glitters to seal really well. Can you see the color difference? Can you see? Can I just, okay. Now can you see the color difference of this? So this is what is going to happen when you use your varnish directly on your napkins before applying any Mod Podge. So here I'm doing a good coat of Mod Podge, and wherever I have my paper layers like this overlapping part, I'm making sure that I apply generous amount of my varnish on that area. Okay, so here this is done. I'm just covering up the complete surface. Now this was something which I was expecting that this will happen, that I have not sealed up with the Mod Podge, so I will have to be a little careful when I'm doing this. And why did I added glitter to it? Because it is going to make sure that it looks more shiny, it looks more brightful. And can you really see how beautiful it looks? That is gorgeous. That is completely gorgeous. Now as it's a flat brush, I'm just tapping it like this. Like, keep your brush straight, tap it on the wrinkle part, and it's going to make sure that it sticks really well. So yeah, I'm tapping it like this, but you need to make sure that your brush is not dry. So like here I was using this brush for my varnish sealing. So yeah, so my brush is still wet, and that is going to make sure that it does not take out the paper completely. Oops. So just dabbing very smoothly, do not overdo that. It is going to ruin your paper, it is going to damage your paper. Just be careful with that. Okay, so yeah, this is done, and I will let this dry completely. Then I'm going to do two more coats of varnish, and I just want to show you that how this was the blue color base, and the blue color has merged really well, but here it had white like I had shown you earlier, and that's the reason I did my varnish directly on my napkin. And this is now looking like a peach color work, and this has actually synced really well with my base color. So of course I'm listing down all the supplies down in the description box. Do check that. If you have any queries, please do let me know. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye. À deux doigts de nos lèvres, de doigts si fins.